In 2020, Simon Cowell suffered a catastrophic fall from an electric bike, shattering his spine into multiple fractures. Paramedics described him as lucky to be alive. 2 years later, he fell again in a nearly identical accident. These incidents made headlines, but they only scratched the surface of a life defined by unseen struggles. Beneath the public persona of the ruthless television mogul was a man haunted by early neglect, betrayal, and personal loss. His empire dazzled millions, but his body and spirit bore the scars of battles no fortune could undo. The Invisible Boy, born on October 7, 1959 in Lambeth, London, Simon Cowell entered a household that appeared perfect, but felt hollow. Wealth surrounded him in the affluent town of Elstree, Hertfordshire, yet warmth was absent. His mother, Julie Brett, a former ballet dancer and socialite, was elegant but distant. Love was never spoken. His father, Eric Cowell, measured life in achievement, not emotion. Praise was rare, discipline was constant. The young Simon learned early that affection had to be earned, and even then, it might never come. This emotional void shaped a boy desperate for acknowledgement in a world that overlooked him. Struggling at school offered no refuge from isolation. At Radlett Preparatory School and later Dover College, Simon clashed with teachers restless and bored, refusing to conform to a system that demanded obedience. While classmates thrived, he scraped by, leaving with minimal qualifications. Each rejection compounded the sense of invisibility he carried from home. In classrooms filled with voices, he remained unheard. A childhood starved of encouragement made him hungry for validation in adulthood. Early failure planted seeds of resilience, but also of insecurity, pushing Simon toward a relentless drive to prove his worth and leave the shadow of invisibility behind. First steps in the music industry. Out of paternal obligation rather than opportunity, Simon landed a mailroom job at EMI Music Publishing. There, the son of a music executive delivered coffee to producers who never noticed him and sorted fan mail for artists whose songs dominated the charts. Humiliation was constant, and his attempts to escape only ended with his return. Locked out of doors that seemed open to everyone else, Simon experienced life's harshest truths. Talent alone was not enough, and invisibility could be suffocating. Yet in those lonely moments, a determination to succeed, fueled by fear and frustration, began to take root, shaping his future empire. Breaking through. Despite early setbacks, Simon's keen eye for talent and unwavering ambition eventually propelled him forward. He discovered acts that became global sensations, including Kelly Clarkson, One Direction, and Susan Boyle. His ruthless judgment on television shows like American Idol, The X Factor, and Got Talent earned him both admiration and fear. Behind the camera, however, he struggled with the remnants of childhood neglect. The boy who cried alone in bathrooms was now shaping the dreams of millions. Yet his own life remained fragile, proving that success does not erase inner scars. The scandal that shook him by 2013, Simon had amassed a fortune exceeding $300 million. His television empire spanned continents, and he was untouchable in the eyes of the public. Then came the scandal. He fathered a child, Eric, with Lauren Silverman, the wife of a close friend. The betrayal devastated relationships and ignited tabloid fury. Friends distanced themselves while public judgment rained down. For Simon, accustomed to controlling the fate of aspiring stars, being scrutinized without recourse was brutal. This episode revealed the limits of power and fame, reminding him that even the most successful moguls are vulnerable to human frailty and the consequences of choices. A life shaped by loss has been a recurring theme in Simon's life. From childhood neglect to adult heartbreak, the mogul has endured both personal and professional tragedies. The death of a young star he considered a son, financial setbacks, and the enduring pain of family estrangement all weighed heavily. Physical injuries compounded the emotional toll, including the spine damage from his bike accidents. Each setback forced Simon to confront mortality and vulnerability, shaping a man who balances public authority with private fragility. The empire may dazzle, but it cannot protect him from life's harshest truths. Transformation. Through fatherhood changed Simon profoundly. Eric, born amid scandal, became the center of his world. The boy who once craved attention and love now prioritized providing it. Simon's daily choices, protecting his spine, managing health, cherishing moments, reflect a shift from pursuit of power to cultivation of presence. Sleepless nights and bedtime stories replaced boardrooms and television sets as the primary arena of significance. Fatherhood allowed him to reclaim the love he never received, breaking generational cycles of emotional absence. In Eric, Simon found a purpose that no empire, audition, or global ratings could replicate. Coping with aging and fragility. Simon's public persona once revolved around sharp judgment and an unflinching critique of others. Today, his focus has shifted towards survival and grace. He manages chronic pain from his spine, navigates blurry vision, and endures medications to stabilize health. Aging, once mocked in the media, is now embraced with dignity. Wrinkles and grey hair symbolize endurance rather than vanity. His careful movements reflect a reverence for life, a counterpoint to the reckless ambition of youth. In adversity, Simon discovered gratitude and patience, learning to cherish moments of presence over displays of power. The empire and the man. Simon Cowell's career transformed the music and television landscape. He turned ordinary people into household names, creating a global cultural phenomenon. But behind the glamour, he faced internal battles that remained invisible to the public. Success amplified his fears as much as his influence. The relentless drive for excellence was fueled not just by ambition, but by a need for validation rooted in childhood neglect. Today, he balances his empire with personal reflection, realizing that legacy is measured not in ratings or revenue, but in the lives touched and the love shared. Lessons from a life fully lived. Simon Cowell's story is not simply one of fame and fortune. It is a journey of survival, transformation, and self-discovery. He rose from the invisible boy in the mailroom to a mogul with a $600 million empire, endured betrayal and scandal, and embraced fatherhood as a source of redemption. His scars, both physical and emotional, serve as a reminder of resilience, the ultimate lesson of his life. Power fades, health falters, and fame withers, but empathy, love, and presence endure. Simon's journey teaches us that the measure of a life is not in what we build, but in who we become.